the PowerPoint screen?
Okay, yes. For me, I can see now.
All right, good evening. All right, good evening, everybody. Good evening once again. Sorry for the delay. So I'll go straight to our model for today. We'll be looking at how to write, edit, organize manuscripts for submission. So these are our objectives. We'll be looking at this concept of scientific research writing, how it differs from other types of writing. We'll look at plagiarism. We'll be looking at paraphrasing, and we'll learn how to cite with specifically Zotero. So the first thing after our literature review is notes taking. We learned from the previous class what literature review is. Literature review is simply going online, consulting sources, gathering information from probably previously conducted studies. And then when you gather this information, what you do is note taking, right? You read through the topics online. If it is desired, you proceed, you read through the abstract. If it's desired, you read through the desired section of the full text. Meaning if your abstract is desirable, I mean, if it has what you may look for, you go to the manuscript, the full text of the manuscript. Either you go through the introduction aspect, either you go through the methodology, depending on what you're looking for. So you download, you study, you summarize the needed points, and cite the article. So these are the steps in note taking. Now, when you've done your literature review and note taking, what is the next step? The next step is note making. Let's see what note making is all about. Note making is a process of writing the first draft of your manuscript. Of course, it immediately follows note taking. It's a process of you sewing together the notes taken and organizing them in such a way that the aim and objectives of your paper are satisfied. So note making covers the whole process of jotting down important points from your literatures that you've consulted to organizing your manuscript and getting it ready for submission. So basically, what this webinar is all about, what today's session is all about, is note making. Poor note making can lead to plagiarism, incoherent manuscript, grammatical errors, poor organization, and lack of content and substantial matter. So these are some of the things I will try to address in today's session. What is plagiarism? Before I move on to the next slide, can somebody attempt what is plagiarism? What do you understand by plagiarism? What do you know as plagiarism? Anybody? Hello? I want to be sure that somebody is following me. What is plagiarism? Just an attempt. Hello? Okay, somebody says copying someone's work verbatim. Okay, that's from Oluwa Timilehin Abore. Any other person before we proceed? I are copying someone's work verbatim and claiming it. Very, 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 very correct. Okay, any other person? Okay, I think we should proceed. The US Federal Policy on Research Misconduct defines plagiarism as the appropriation of another person's idea, processing result, or words without giving credit or appropriate credit. So whatever the school of thought, the basic idea of plagiarism is hinged on two things. Number one, someone deliberately taking another person's work, not just there, it doesn't stop there, and presenting it as their own. So it's two things. You're stealing, and then you align again. You've stolen about something, you align that it is your own. So that's what plagiarism is all about. It's most times called intellectual theft. Now, plagiarism is not the only ethical issue in research or in research writing. The other are falsification and fabrication. Let's consider these two scenarios. You're going to tell me which one is falsification and which one is fabrication. The first student said, "Oh my God, tomorrow is a deadline for my project defense. It's a due date for my project defense. I was unable to do my lab work. I will just make up some values and analyze. How bad can it be?" So this student have not actually gone to the lab to carry out the research because maybe laziness or one or two things. The student just stays at home, comes up with results and presents it as if that is what was done in the lab. That's the first person. The second person said, "I noticed most of my female participants have a higher PCV than the male. There has to be a problem with my data collection. I will just reduce the PCV value of the female participant to restore normalcy." So the person is kind of editing the data. That's not the true data generated from the research. So you tell me which of this is falsification and which of this is fabrication. I'll take two answers before we proceed.